What's up, just the JP in the house. Okay, I'm going to continue about that discipline stuff. Anyway, what happens is once you get older, if you're a first-time parent and your parents weren't really all that good to you, then you have children, then your parents are really nice to your kids, and you're like, well, what's going on? It's because they understood that they messed up. And I think a lot of parents really need to make blogs or even sell books about how they raised their kids and, how they messed up and how they should, what advice they would give to other first-time parents about raising your child. And a lot of people always look to the Bible and stuff, but, like I said, I don't believe in all this stuff, and I think the Bible is fabricated. It ain't no way in the world I think some guy's going to tell somebody to beat his own child, because I don't think God beat, Jesus, but, he said he put him on a cross and let him die, but, God wouldn't do that because he doesn't need to do that. You know what I'm saying? And even at the same time, if you create us and give us our own will, then, and then the evils that's here and everything, that he created all of that stuff, for it to be possible. And what kind of God is that, to do that? Now, if we are in a world where it is much of violence, every time you eat, you drink water, your cells fall off, you comb your hair and things like that. And when you're doing those things, those are a lot of violent reactions happen within those, and you may not feel it and stuff like that, but it's natural. It's a natural thing. So, but it's not natural to beat your own kid and things like that, because most of all of that stuff is just your emotions. Like I said, I believe that religion just plays on people's emotions, and to make their emotions control their minds, when their minds should control the body, and emotions are just it's just a jump start to make the body move, and that's it. That's what I think it is. So, if you had kids and you're having problems and stuff, you just make contracts with them again and try to do it right, because it really never is too late. And if you really take the time to learn your child, to really understand your child and things like that, they're not going to be too much different than what you are. Than from how you are, what you are, whatever. And they're wanting to learn the same things. Everybody want to have a good life and find a good friend and, be smart and have a good family and things like that. But until parents and kids can even talk together, parents, get together and talk and understand that we all in the same boat, and the problems we have is universal. It doesn't even matter, how much money you have. But then again, those that have money and stuff, or those who control the emotions of people, and like they say, if you control the mind, you control the body, but that's not true. If you control the emotions, then you can control the body and the mind, because and that's how I think we talk about modern day slavery, because somebody's controlling your mind, but it's not your mind that's under control. It's your emotions, and it's just really easy. You give $5 and you say, okay, I'm hungry, but I know from your mind's telling you don't do it, but your feeling says, well, if you enjoy it, how does that thing, if it doesn't kill me, then it makes me stronger, or this is my $5, I'll get another $5, I ain't worrying about that, and it's crazy, what's going on, and it's really sad, but disciplining your kids, like my son, I used to discipline him, and sometimes I ain't gonna say I don't smack him upside his head and stuff like that, you know, because in my family, what happens is I'll say do this, and then his mother, she'll say do something else, and then of course he's, because he's getting taller and stuff now, stronger, so he'll, tend to deal with the people who let him do what he want to do, and it's like I kill like their television and stuff, and they buy him things, and I was trying to, they buy him things and stuff, might talk bad about me and things like that, and so he tries to, play both sides and stuff like that, and and I'll say, do your homework. She might say something else, and I'm like, well, every time I say something, why you always contradict her? I'm getting this big old, well, I don't argue with it, but she go through all this big whatever, and I just say, you say what you want, but I just make them do the homework, or, if you just start fighting or whatever, you're not fighting, but, crying or whatever, I just tell them, you're 9 years old, you got to study. You can't just always playing with, these video games unless you're going to make them, And the other day what happened was his friends came over, and when they come over, they always play these games. So sometimes I don't always think about it, but when I do, I say, all right, you guys, if you guys are going to come over here, and I'm in a house, you guys can't play games, you're going to study. So what we did was they had these books that they read at school, because I went to my son's school. They had like a open school day or whatever, and he's all yawning and falling asleep in class. But it was hot in that class. I'm surprised all the kids wasn't falling asleep, and there was a yawning, and a lot of parents that was there, they were complaining about it too. And we got home, and his friends were over, so the book that they were using in the class, I had them all read it, and they had to judge each other about their reading skills, and then the comprehension, they reread it, and then the two guys, his two friends, or him, or whatever, whoever's turn it was, to be the judge, they would take the book, look at the book, the passage that they wrote, that was read, and then ask the person who read it questions. And my son was the worst of them all, but then on the third time, he did a lot better, and he said it was really, really interesting. I videotaped what he did and stuff, and it's really, it helped him, and he was happy, and the whole thing about studying is, some people get these messages saying that something is hard, and what is hard, and like I said, those are those abstract words and stuff that really don't have any meaning and things like that. Math isn't hard, it's just that no one didn't explain it to you in a way where you can understand it. That's like back when they wanted to make books into Ebonics, and they wouldn't land them and all this stuff, because if you write things in a language that the kids understood in the streets, then they'll pick that math up and they'll learn other words later. But, the government wasn't, or whoever wasn't trying to hear it, whether it could have been a black supervisor or whoever, they were not trying to hear it. So, but everyone else can do it in their own language. So I guess, I don't know, it was interesting though. But it's not really that hard, because once it's not that it's hard or easy, but it's just got to be a habit, something that you continuously do, and once you do that, your child will get used to it, and just like it, they might get used to doing something bad all the time, they can always get used to doing something good, because one thing about being human is once you continuously do something, you just get used to falling into the habit of doing it. That's why I believe the emotions are there, so you can get emotional jolts, so it might, push you out of the one lane, or somebody come along and talk to you,